time to find out who is going to come out on top of this series. And to cast it, I can't think of two better proper lads to do it. Bryce Tunn, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, FaZe. Yes, we are here and we are waiting for this game. Two teams that look pretty much on the ascendancy. They're looking for top 3 here at the major. For LA Thieves, a win will secure their place at the championship. For Ultra, maybe just proving some of the doubters wrong.
And look, I mean, the conversation for this game has to be how average these two teams have looked for most of the season, but they kind of pick it up when it comes to LAN and they meet against each other. I think both of these squads will be looking at this game as a very, very winnable one. But when that is the case, we usually get a banger. I think both these squads will be coming into this with some confidence. I think I agree with the desk for the majority of that one. I believe that, for me, Toronto won the veto process. There's a couple of maps in there that look very, very juicy, but how good Kenny looked yesterday is kind of a cat amongst the pigeons in this one. So I'm interested to see how it breaks down.
Yeah, so this is why this game is interesting to me, right? When you look at these two teams, both good teams, they've obviously proved that by getting to this point, and you could see either of them go the distance. But, and this is a very large one,
isn't it?
They are inconsistent. Most of the way across, neither of these two teams have shown anything but glaring weaknesses all through the year and in some of their game modes and in the way they approach and play this game. For Ultra, respawns can still be a problem. The rest of the hasn't looked as light out as it has been. For Thieves, we know that sometimes they look great and they can take on just about anybody, and other times it looks like they've forgotten how to play the game. But none of that matters now. Into this best of 5 we will go. Top 3 on the line, winner's bracket run for both of them. And we will have to find out who is the better team at the major.
Having a look at the averages you see on the scoreline there in terms of how teams are playing this game. Very, very close across the board for both sides. But I think I'm going to be keeping an eye on the break percentage. Thieves are very much there as the #1 team on Tuscan for finding breaks on hills. This is a map that Thieves, I feel, will need to win if they want a chance in this series up against Toronto Ultra. Day 3, New York, here we go.
All right, straight to the Tuscan. And on to P1, you can see all the bullets flying around as both teams try to get it at the moment. It will be Ultra. The first little bit of control, but Octane eggs down Bance and opens up that mid just a little.
It's right inside, and we'll be looking to try and flip this one around. I'm very curious about the matchups here as 3 kills will go over towards the side of Toronto Ultra. All year long, we've been singing the praises of Benjamin's band, specifically backstage, haven't we? We've been fighting for it as much as we can, but Insight's a player we want to see a little bit more from. A lot of the LA Thieves fans will want to see more from Kenny like we've seen yesterday. A couple of kills may break things open. Octane with the kills to follow through. Rotations are there for the side of LA Thieves with 20 seconds to go.
What I really like from Thieves there is they knew exactly what Ultra were going to do. They waited, they bided their time, they cut down anyone being aggressive. And Envoy's now found 3 in a row. The rotation will go to Thieves.
Yeah, it's going to be a slight lead for Ultra as we head over towards it. They'll get the better of things over towards P1, although will be some scrap time from Envoy there. But the double challenge comes on through. It's kind of a trade as Insight will take down Cammy. A little bit of a weird one here as Ultra now get a little bit of control over towards the church. We talk about those grenades from Ultra, and the break may well just come on through. It's only Drazah left, who has found 2, right?
They certainly have. He's holding off Ultra at the moment. They know it's not secure. They are going to be looking for him, and Cleanex will eventually find him, but more pressure coming through. The Thieves have bodies, and they are going to go down eventually. Only can they be left, and Cleanex eventually cleans him up. Ultra will take control.
4 kills coming in for Cleanex there before eventually he does fall. Drazah did such a good job at staying alive over towards Plat, but nothing too worrisome so far for the side of Thieves. Ultra inside the point. Cleanex kind of been inconsistent through the air, hasn't he? He's the one that puts up a lot of damage for the team, but we haven't necessarily seen the numbers from him. Drazah will find 2, Octane will clean it up, that's the spawns. Now going over towards Ultra for P3. Thieves will get the scrap time, but maybe at the worst possible time.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth between these two. Realistically, the points at this time don't matter. We're going to see whether Ultra can hold this and get back, but already a couple of kills going against them. It's going to be map control they are losing. And Drazah could be the catalyst. He's trying to get towards it. Look for the first play. There's a second. It's going to be there, and it's Drazah again. 8 and 4 now pushes in. Ultra had the spawn, but they're not getting the time.
No spawns to tiles for the side of LA Thieves as well. Envoy gets on a swivel immediately. There's Cleanex. The pinch was set up for Ultra. He stayed alive so long over towards that side, but the spawn comes in for the side of Thieves. The break comes in for Thieves. The lead now over towards the LA Thieves.
They've done a really good job. They're finding the kills in the key areas, and now they've got to get past Octane. He already says, nope, I've got one. I'm going to get out of here and stay alive, and he's going to get found. But they're doing enough work The LA Thieves will have control of this scrap time as Ultra maybe try and make one push for it. Envoy stays it. So now Ultra will have to go towards Church.
Yeah, just having a little look for that scrap time. We see a lot of teams do that over towards P3. You still get the spawns back over towards Church if you fall because of how far back the LA Thieves would have been in that scenario, but never mind. Ultra don't get anything going there. Thieves with a slight lead as we head over towards Church. Ultra trying to lock this one in. Good shots from Octane. Insight just about surviving. 2 and 6 from him. And one of the big things for Insight, a lot of people criticizing his respawn. So far, he's been pretty decent in the major, but he's going to be stepping up here. Coming in the point. Can't find the last kill. Thieves may well find a break.
Well, I was going to say, it felt like Thieves were kind of winning the majority of the slaying around these points. Well, this game is looking like it's going back towards a tie. You can see the pressure now coming in. Thieves looking for an outside field. Already Bance finds one, but he's not going to find the second. Cammy tries to hold it off, and he does again. Cammy 12 and 7. It gives the time a little bit more for Ultra towards Church, but P5 is on the cusp.
And it feels like Ultra pretty much won every single rotation, and Thieves have been breaking successfully enough to still be in this game. Crimsix will find 2 though, that's an important bit of scrap time, but rotation this time will belong to Thieves.
Now, the infamous Thieves P5. They've done it before, usually on the last rotation, but can they do it now? They know how to work this hill. They know how to get the time. Ultra will be trying to solve a puzzle, but Envoy's already got 2 towards the mid. They have pushed out in every direction. You cannot find a way through Thieves on P5.
And this is when they can then start expanding out. They want to get over towards that side of the map, kind of setting up for P2 when we do get there. They'd rather have those spawns, but they still have to be wary inside the points.
Well, they've lost a couple of kills here, Thieves, and now the pressure's really on them. Let's find out how they are feeling with a listen in.
Challenge this statue. That's all you think. We should probably reset. Top blue, Jamie, pretty weak. Top blue. Neither you said. Can we neither? I need top blue. I need top blue. Top blue. It's probably statue or statue or statue. Are you? I need top blue again. Out of the play. Out of the play. Top blue. Are you pillar top blue? Pillar top blue. One blue. I'm looking at everything. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. That's fine. Mini statue.
Well, the Thieves are spinning, even with losing a little bit of control towards P1. You can see Ultra have managed to find their way in, but Thieves are breaking. With a 3-point difference, I think it's time to change the tempo. Let's listen in. Toronto Ultra.
I'm going to side. He's on that side. Drazah mid, nice. Run back. Yeah, run back. Good hit, Church. I'm running away. Yeah, what's you to Church? Yeah,
I can't really hold it, bro. They might just hit it.
I've done it. Yeah, Envoy there.
Could be deep.
I'll get deep. Big hold here, right?
Yeah, I got time.
Look around right now, Toby.
I'm in green.
Could be green right now. I'll green. I'm hiding in the back.
Yeah.
Try getting full green.
Yeah, I'll try. They might just break from top.
In the back, stop front, to the back. One more, nice. One shot, let's do one front, one shot at the time. And then Octane's back as well.
Nice, Jeremy.
That's one here. Nice, you should have back. This ball.
Go
across. Hit you close up, Toby.
No, I'm running away.
Yeah, I've got green pinch.
Give me Church, one pinch.
Yeah, I'll get the alley. He's one out, didn't he? So deep, one out.
L.
Nice one, let's go, right?
Back hill.
There's 2. Hey, it's L. Where's he gone? Big kills. He's going to be on time. Nice one, good. Already on.
Go top.
Well, there goes the difference between these two teams. A little bit more calm from Ultra, but it hasn't paid off completely. The LA Thieves break in there at the end and try to take this scrap time as Ultra is still fighting for it. The problem being is they have knocked off the spawn. P3 is up in 8. And Ultra are miles away.
Yeah, Thieves get the majority of the time. P1, P2 have rotation towards P3. It's a disgusting gunfight win from Cammy. Drazah's got a job to do here though. We'll fight 1, we'll fight 2! They're not going to come in as Octane will take him down. I think he would have fallen anyway, but it's a good hold from the Thieves so far. Bance has found a little bit of a purchase, but he will get taken down. It feels like Ultra's starting to panic just a little bit. Those comms will be calm, but the gameplay not necessarily. The kills starting to come through for them, right?
A lot of nades coming down. Felix eventually finds his way into the point. We know we're going to see it, and that's another team kill nade coming into this game. Envoy finding Bance as well. The LA Thieves, it's another team kill nade. And this may be the pressure that's mounting on both of these squads. They fight tooth and nail to get into P3. It is only going to be a few points between the two of them, but towards the end of the game, that means everything.
Kills coming in for Drazah. Is it going to be enough for Octane to find some as well? Trades coming through left, right, and center, but it will be Thieves for the final 13. As we move over towards Church, Ultra had a decent amount of time here over towards that side last time around, but Bance is already on the flank. Can Thieves find a breakthrough? Here's Bance. I love that kind of play from him. Shuts down radio. Good rotation out of Ultra. They have complete control.
Yeah, he's done the work there. Sometimes the root man gets paid, and now they're going to try and hold off the push. LA Thieves spread all over Tuscan, looking for the opening. Two going field, one coming through radio. Will Ultra deflect this? They're slowly but surely. They are tightening their grip around him. They're looking for the player towards the back, and the pistol's not going to be enough. But it is going to be Ultra to walk away with the trades. Kenny's going to try and do everything he can towards Bullet Church. Finds a second, but it's not enough. There are not enough Thieves bodies here to break it.
They can't get there quick enough as Ultra just continue the pressure from the back. Envoy will find the kill on the Cami. The break through the front door is going to be the way for Thieves here. 200 point mark has now been breached. But the kill's starting to flow for Ultra just a little bit. Kenny trying his best to do something about it. But last time around, Thieves was successful. P5 and P1. They may have to do so to finish the game.
And that's the rub. We head over to P5. Something Thieves have done over and over again. It's going to pop with them behind. They want this hold. They have the numbers and the position. Ultra will have to find a way to crack this.
Look at the man on the flank once again. Thinking about trying a strategic break here. If you're Ultra, you have time on the board. The grenades are there to butter them up, and here comes the pinch. Bance is from one side, Insight and Cleanex from the other. It is like an SAS operation as Ultra find a way through. Envoy's the only one who can answer back, but it's a clean break from Toronto Ultra.
Envoy saving the odds. The rest of the Thieves are coming. Kenny found another one. It's just Cleanex. He's got up and alive. And down he goes. They've got straight back into it. The fights are kicking off, and Thieves have found their way back at this point. They cannot win it here. But Cami gets two, and now they're getting the time. Both teams are going to have to think about P1.
Thieves have to challenge this because Ultra could have momentarily still won it here. Thieves inside the point though, 10 seconds to go. Nobody wants to give anything up. My God, Cleanex, the tissue is an issue. But the issue for Ultra, the rotation's in for Thieves. The best P1 team on the game in terms of holds and breaks. They may just need to be here on P1.
Well, Thieves are stacked in P1. Kenny finds the first blood. Ultra are waiting. They want the execution. Bance finds the first. They're in. It's contested. The Thieves are trying to hold it. It's a fight all the way through. Drazah and Kenny and Cleanex all going for it. Cami finds one more. Kenny looking for it. He loses the gunfight. And now Ultra are in. It's going to have to be the LA Thieves to push with 15 seconds as Envoy finds his break. And they keep going. Bance finds two. Cleanex finds another one. Cleanex finds a second. And Kenny's left alone. Kenny! What are you doing?
Going up at the right moments here for the side of Thieves. They're 10 points away. Both teams can win it. Insight's found a flank behind. He's been taken down as well. The Thieves are running it up. All four members of Ultra go down. Map 1, LA Thieves.
And it's not ice in the veins you need to worry about. It's fire and fury from Thieves. Break after break, gun after gun. And Kenny, a man who has been slandered on every social media, slapped his name out of people's mouths today.
He's not just done it today, he did it yesterday as well. The man is on a mission here in New York. A lead for Thieves. What a game, number one. Tuscan is throwing up some hellish maps here this weekend. And my goodness me, I mean, try and break this down as best as I possibly can, but it was absolute chaos. And that's the thing, when it gets so close towards the end of these games, there is tactics, there is very much that communication that needs to be in there. But for the most part, it's screw it, get on the hill. Kills start to come on through, and honestly, I thought Insight did such a good job to flank right behind, but here's the start of the Thieves comeback. Envoy finds the pick onto Cami, and keep an eye on Kenny. Number 3 on the map, goes through mid-map, finds one, and here comes Bance, and he gets absolutely spat on.
And that's the difference. If he had that, he would have had the cut, he would have the opportunity for Ultra to flood into the hill. That one gunfight, and you never want to put an entire game on one gunfight, but it was a difference maker. Ultra would have had control of P1, they could have got through, he would have had the cuts. And That's just sometimes how Call of Duty rolls.
It's how the cookie crumbles occasionally, isn't it? I mean, of course, there is other moments here and there that could have went better for Ultra, but Kenny, in those moments, that's when you need your star-studded players to get the job done. Huge moment for the side of Thieves. They absolutely needed that map number 1 as well. We talked about the map set. We feel as if Ultra won the veto. They would have been going into this as the underdogs. It's a very, very close game once more. But having a look at that, it wasn't just that final moment from Kenny. 23 non-traded kills with a 32 and 29, and so far ahead of absolutely everybody else in the lobby in terms of damage at 4,228. Phenomenal, phenomenal map number 1 out of Kylo Ken.
Yeah. Sometimes the difference is measured in tiny amounts. And also got to say, Envoy, first blood onto Cammy there, just kind of opened it up for him as well. There was lots to unpack around that P1. But also, silver lining, great play from both teams, I've got to be honest, all the way through. I will say I felt a little bit more comfortable for maybe Thieves when they went into P5, when they went all the way to P3. Like, they looked like the better team. I think the benefits for Ultra were things like Church and some of the breaks they were able to make.
So Thieves typically on P5 and P1 do very, very well. P5's kind of been the story all the way through their Tuscan career, so somewhat in terms of Vanguard. But P1, we were talking about it there during the broadcast. They're the best team at breaking P1. They are the best team at holding P1 on Tuscan. And that is where they got the job done. And another thing to mention here, an important one, Thieves need one more win here, just over the whole weekend, to secure their place at Champs.
They're looking for it, and they're looking for it with style. In fact, I actually had an opportunity to talk to some of Thieves before we got into this. They were in and around the green room, and they said they're not really worried about qualifying for Champs. They're worried about winning this event. They want to win it. They want to win it now. Nothing else is really acceptable.
Yeah, well, of course, I mean, Thieves, the caliber of squad that they are, the caliber of franchise that they are very much a team who will be saying to themselves every single time, we have to be there. It's not even a question. The thoughts of all their fans, the expectation from the fans will be there, and they should be there, let's be honest. They only need one more win to guarantee it. It would take something for them to be put in a bad spot. They are definitely in the best spot out of the 3 teams who are still have potential to find those last 2 spots. But with a win to kick things off against Ultra, they are very much in the driving seat here.
Well, from the hard point to the search and destroy, here are our top performers and what we can expect to see going in. It's going to be Envoy and Cleanex, currently 1.12 for Envoy, a 1.14 for Cleanex.
Let's see what Cleanex can do, because he had a really good game number 1 there as well. Just couldn't quite clutch it up towards the end. But search and destroy, it's a very different game mode, Brycey. We know that. As we head over towards our side of the Atlantic somewhat, and over to Berlin. Can Thieves keep this one running? As far as statistics go, though, it works out a little bit better for Ultra, as you can see on your screens. 4th in offensive, 9th in defensive, not necessarily the best, but it's better than Thieves. But those first blood win percentages are there from the Ultra. Can they get the job done here and tie the series up? They've won 8 of their last 9.
Well, they're going to need it. They're going to need to get back into it. And already you can see the pressure coming in. Thieves determined to block anything that comes towards A.
Gunfights coming in. Cleanex, we highlighted them pretty much immediately. Has to be good here. Oh! Nearly line up for him. Drazah will find a kill, though, and it's a 2v2.
Now, how do they play this? Ultra have the opportunity for a rotate, and Thieves are trying to figure that one out. Octane will have the information. Looking anything, any hint of Toronto on this map. And they have split now to try and figure this one out. When that goes down, they're going to know exactly where they need to go.
Here's the preferred site of Toronto Ultra, and that's coming to fruition here as that bomb will go down. What's the retake here now for the side of Thieves? Gotta find a pick. Look how far back Ultra are playing, though. I wouldn't have expected them there inside top 3. There's a call out you don't want to hear, but when Octane's in that position, it works out 1v1.
Octane's now looking for this last Ultra player, trying to figure out exactly where he could be. And that last player will be Benjamin Bance. Neither player has any idea where the other is now. It's been enough time. They have to think about the bomb and have to think about what they can do with it. And checks it! Oh! And Octane hits him with a clean slide cancel. Absolutely gunnied. And we got to see that one again. Just appears and he dies.
That kind of took my breath away. I was just like, Bance has got this one. Absolutely drilled him.
Not Not even close.
I mean, Octane was laughing. He was just like, I'm just the best, apparently. My goodness.
Well, 1v2. Clutch there. Octane opens it up for the LA Thieves.
Only time that Ultra have lost this map of their last 9 visits has been around 11 against OpTic. So very much a strong Berlin team. They will not be too deterred by that round number 1, but it's going to be a fast hit here for the side of Thieves. It's one they do prefer. Drazah will find the first blood in the Bance, and it's going to go left, right, and center. It's going to eventually be a 2 versus 2.
Well, the initial trades have kicked off, but Kenny's going to try and make a difference, and it's now down to a 1v1. Octane versus Insight. Ultra have subbed in their main man.
Insight now looking for the picks, but the bomb is now in the hands of Octane. That notification would have been there for the side of Insight. He knows what's going down. Can Octane do it once more? The challenge is there! You can't chal him! You cannot chal him! Undefeated in 1v1 so far. My goodness, Octane!
There's an old meme in the Call of Duty competitive Reddit. It is your boy LaRue shredding. And the answer is yes.
Dangerous, dangerous times for Ultra. And these are some of those moments. You're 2-0 down, both being 1 versus 1. What kind of thing do you take from that? Do you take, well, okay, we've been there or thereabouts, we've just been clutched on? Or do you get disappointed? Do you let it get down upon yourself? Knowing this Ultra side, they will not do the latter. Push over towards B is looking the more likely. Ultra do prefer a neutral kind of setup. 67% of the time they win them, but first blood, again, over towards the Thieves. Envoy finds Cammy.
Van's going to be trying to look to see if he can get this one back, and unfortunately, not going to be able to see him. Envoy gets it, and now Ultra will have to clutch a 2 versus 4. Insight finds the first.
And the thing is here, though, if Ultra had the bomb, that's absolutely fine. They're going in for the pinch, and, well, it may not matter anymore as Octane just continues his reign of terror on Berlin. But the bomb was dropped over towards B. Cleanex has a lot of work to do here to prevent it being 3. LA Thieves are walking through Ultra here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty simple for them. Obviously, there have been a couple of 1v1s, and it could have gone the other way, but just not missing the shots they need to take. The Thieves, off of a very tight hard point, have got a pretty good lead so far on the Berlin. 3-0. Ultra, obviously losing 2 1v1s, but they will not be happy because it doesn't matter. Bance hasn't got a kill. Cammy hasn't got a kill either. Octane hasn't got a death.
Big deep breaths here for the side of Ultra. That's what it needs to be. It can be these games of search and destroy. Just a couple of 1vs don't go your way, and these sort of situations can present themselves. It'll be a hard hold now for the side of Ultra. For the Thieves, it is pretty much one of those things where they do go for that neutral setup for the most of the time. They struggle with the aggressiveness that sometimes is needed on Berlin. But the neutral setup's been working for them so far, looking for a pick as best as they can.
It's been a long time for Thieves here. They've burned a good amount of it. They're looking to try and figure this one out.
Not that first blood.
Well, it might be a second as well. Drazah! Gonna take him down. Ultra will have to be in a clutch position once more. So much pressure, and I think they know exactly where Insight is. It's now a 1 versus 4 for Bance. And he is not close to getting near this. And a lot of guns of Thieves to take him down and lose the first gunfight. Thieves take another one here on the S&D. It's 4-0.
This is very dominant. I'm having a look over towards the stage to see what the body language of Ultra is saying. Doesn't like much has been said, really, between the team at this moment in time. They're just getting blown out the water, Brycey. For all that map number 1 is close, this has been not very close at all.
Bit of a speed run for LA Thieves. Octane 5-0, and there just haven't been kills on the side of Ultra. Keep an eye on those streaks, 5, 2, 1, and 3. Cannot find a gunfight on Berlin.
11 uncontested kills so far for the side of Thieves.
It's a different hit. It's a different hit. It looks like Ultra may be trying a little bit different in the playbook. They've got bodies. They're stacking over at the moment. Cammy opens the door. Kenny makes himself known. He's trying to go for the pre-fire. Hasn't hit. Bance is going to go and challenge as well. Gets him down the first time. First blood for Ultra. They found something.
Keep an eye on Insight. Playing the man on the island as he so often does. He'll be making a slow transition over. And hoping his team can hold down this site. It is the favorite of Toronto Ultra one. They're going to send it towards 1. Here we go. These gunfights really do matter as Envoy can find nothing. Insight now kicks into gear. Thieves need to find something.
They're looking They're trying to figure out exactly where they are all distributed, but they are in the site. Ultra are not got anything. Envoy's found two, and now LA Thieves have the opportunity. They have the ability to try and find something. Cammy's jumped in, but he gets taken down. Insight in a 1 versus 2, and he's running, he's sprinting. He needs to be in the right position for this as a player clock. And Envoy wins it again. LA Thieves are up 5-0 in the S&D.
They can do nothing wrong here at all. Envoy finds 3 on that retake on the outside. He knows where Insight's going to challenge from. Beautiful search and destroy from the side of LA Thieves.
Well, Envoy's on 6. Octane did eventually go down.
He can be killed.
It is not pretty reading if you're an Ultra fan.
And bearing in mind, 8 of the last 9 times that Ultra have been on this map, they have won it. There is a different Thieves coming to this game right now. Ultra need the full sail to tie the series up. And based on how some of these rounds, they have not been close. The first 2, yes, that last one maybe, but other than that, Thieves have been cruising.
This is where it goes a bit quiet on Berlin. Ultra hoping to find a first blood this time and not give it away. LA Thieves looking to get it down, but it's Kenny on Cammy. And Drazah takes down 1 as well, down to a 2 versus 2. But Kenny gets it down to a 1 versus 2. And Bance will be the last alive. He will be called out, and he will be tickled a little bit there by Octane, and he has to run away. There's another Thieves player there. He has the information, but does he have the ability?
Octane's seen him. Or did he? Did he? Bance found a way through here. Octane's already got the read on them. The shots are in. So's the 6-0. That was not even close.
Well, chalk up another thing that I didn't expect to see happen at this major. LA Thieves blow Ultra out of the water. It is not close and it is not pretty.
And that is a dagger for Ultra. Going over to one of their more favorite maps, it has to be said. And before we go through anything, 6-0. Look how dominant that game is. Bance, Cammy, and Cleanex managed 4 kills between themselves in that game. And it was just as one-sided as it possibly could have. Yes, okay, look, it starts off the worst possible way for Ultra. 2 1v1s, you lose them. It's a very, very different scoreline. A very different scoreline heading into, well, the midway point of Search and Destroy. But you don't win them, you lose the next 4. That's a GG. We're heading to Control.
Not an awful lot of good takes away there for Ultra, but LA Thieves, I will say, the first bloods are probably what made the difference. They broke Ultra, they put them on the back foot time over time. There is only going to be one small silver lining for Ultra. The majority of their wins, I think, this stage have come from reverse sweeps, so maybe they're just going for it again.
Well, we've seen plenty of map 5s here in New York, of course, so, I mean, maybe we're seeing another, but from what we've seen in that Search and Destroy, it doesn't really give me too much hope for the side of Ultra. They need to wake up very, very quickly. Control next. They need to switch it on very, very fast.
They certainly do. Map 3, Control is just on the horizon. It is winging its way here to Major 4 in New York, to this beautiful, beautiful theater. But what happens next? Close on the hard point, but a mile apart on the S&D. The Thieves put down Ultra 3-0, but do Ultra regain? We'll all find out after the break.
Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew and Zenny. Armor your eyes with Blocks gaming glasses starting at $24 by visiting zenny.com/CDL.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live here in this beautiful theater in glorious New York. And speaking of glorious, we have a map 3 to come, but it is going to be LA Thieves in the lead, 2-0, and coming off what can only be described as a one-sided S&D.
Oh, it was a smoking, Brycey. It's as simple as that. Thieves looking so solid on Berlin in general this weekend, and they get to show it off here on the Search and Destroy, a 6-0 against Ultra after a very hotly contested map number 1. So it becomes very, very interesting now for the side of Ultra. We have seen them reverse sweep quite a lot recently. We've seen a lot of reverse sweeps in this place. I do wonder if that's now maybe on the cards. It's going to have to be for Ultra if they want to stay in this winners bracket.
It's weird because we shouldn't ever really be talking about reverse sweeps like they should happen. But for some reason, the CDL has decided to go all the way to map 5 over and over again. So it is potentially there on the cards this time. We'll find out though, because Thieves look pretty good. They could shut this right down on the Berlin, make it a 3-0, move themselves into top 3. But Ultra, all the way down in the losers.
And that would give them so much confidence heading into what would be a winners bracket final, by the way. They will await if they do win, of course, up against the either set. Hold on, what's going on in this crowd here? Oh, we've got a crowd going against each other. You're split down the middle, like a little bit of a mosh pit and stuff. Well, I don't know. Anyway, map number 3.
Well, the crowd is having fun, and so are we. Let's find out how P1 goes down originally. Of course, they're going to go in for this for the point, and Thieves want to make this push early. Klinek cannot find a player. He's going to go down as well. That's a huge amount of kills now. It's like he's going to have to try and hold it down. He finds the first, looks for the second, doesn't matter. Cammy backs him up, and Octane runs away.
And for Klinek to then flank there, yes. Oh my God, he doesn't find the kill. Insight does onto Octane. I think that's the first gunfight I've seen Octane lose in about 15 minutes, but nonetheless, good clear up by Ultra there. After a good, solid start to the attack for Thieves. Now looking to head over towards B. Ultra will not try too much over towards this. They'll try and keep them up as long as they can. Sight on a 3 spree though, what can he do? Well, nothing. Octane finds his head and the time just keeps on ticking for Thieves.
Benjamin Bance hitting the route, finds a kill first on the Drazah, and the rest of the team swing into action. There are drawbacks to this play. That spawn already coming in is going to be one of them. Octane going towards Ticket. Ultra has to be careful. As Bance makes the play, he's got them out of it, but they've given up Ticket control. This could go very badly wrong.
And Ultra push nobody down Ticket at all. As you mentioned, nobody towards train tracks. The Thieves don't know that. They pretty much have an open door here. Insight through secret. That hipfire is absurd, but he gets it nonetheless. Insight is frying at 6-1. They clear them out, but that was a little bit haphazard, I want to say, from the side of Ultra there, leaving a lot of doors very, very open.
I'm going to go with the word dangerous. That could have gone very, very badly. A trade towards LA Thieves would have worked. And Thieves going to have to settle to get into B first. Drazah may make himself a little bit of an issue. You can tell Ultra probably realised their mistake. They are worried and stacking.
And if I'm Drazah, I stay alive as long as possible here. Do you even take those shots? You do. The rest of the Thieves are going to start heading over in just a second. Trying to be a pain. That would be a big gunfight to win. Can't quite get it. Insight with the important one for Ultra. Envoy now the second one here to try and push around. I mean, look at this map. It is split all over the place. It's already Envoy and Kenny round on the flank, so Ultra have to stick a twist here.
And he's gotten Kenny's trying to hunt him down, but the rest of Ultra pushing forward, but Kenny and Octane, they combine. They're still looking for the player that went out secret. They know he's around this area somewhere.
Time in.
Inside, he's going to be looking for it. Finds one, doesn't need to. Kenny finds the second, but Kenny's in. And Ultra are fighting for this, and somehow they clear it off. LA Thieves feel like they're doing everything right, but just not finding the Ultra players.
Ultra are kind of just clutching up time and time again here. They're not putting themselves in favorable positions. They're just kind of just running forward and seeing what happens, it feels. Klinek now just trying to stay alive. Kenny will find 2 off the rip. And the lives now start to come into it. The game may well slow down as the trade going to be there on Octane as he will freely move forward. Bance will find it. But once again, on the flank is Thieves, but once again, Ultra deal with it.
These are such big gunfights for Ultra to win. They are really struggling to hold back the tide. And now they have the numbers. Klinek finds the first one. The Thieves want to get into this point. Envoy could be the difference maker. Drazah finds that kill towards outside Ticket. 4 lives remaining for Ultra.
Envoy on the flank once again. Can't land the shots, but here come the rest of the Thieves. Cammy will find a fight. Bance will find one back. It's being traded left and right, but there's only 2 players left alive for Ultra, but it might be all they need. 2 versus 4.
They're looking for these players. It's a 2 versus 4. You're right. 12 seconds is what you need to keep an eye on, though. Can they hold them back? Looking for these players, and Envoy wins a fight. It's all now down to insight. He finds the first one on a Drazah. 3 seconds. Here they come. Envoy slides in, stops the clock. They get the kill. LA Thieves walk away with round number 1.
And I'm just curious what the play call was there as Bance moves out the site in the 2 versus 4. Maybe just trying to find a position halfway up the map, but Drazah was waiting for some aggression, sees him, calls him out. It's an easy kill in mid-map, makes it a 4 versus 1, and it's always going to be difficult from there. But Thieves just kind of had their number all the way through. Felt like Ultra had to clutch so many times to have even remotely a chance in that game. Thieves now over towards the defensive side. They are the team who are best at preventing captures on defense on Berlin. Number 1 in average time left after opponents capture the first one. They are really good at keeping teams offbeat.
Oh, Inside gets a couple of kills, but he's alone. That won't be ticket control for them. Octane may swing into action here looking for these players, but Cammy catches him before he can. And slowly but surely, B will start to go over towards Ultra, but it is not all they want. They want a bit more control on this map, Ton.
They're having a look for it as best as they can here, Thieves themselves, to try and bring this back. And you can see immediately what Thieves are doing. They've got Kenny all the way over towards dockside, locking down the train as the rest of the team trying to get a little bit busy inside the point. B retaken by the side of Thieves now. Ultra have to do it all again.
Bance is running for his life. They don't have any purchase here on this one. You're right, Thieves just making themselves an issue. It's clear, trying to get through, and Envoy shuts him down. Octane gets another. And Ultra at the moment, it's not even about getting towards B. It's just trying to get some kills on the board. They are struggling.
Really hard for Ultra to keep up with this pace. Thieves have just come in a different breed today.
Best part about this for LA Thieves, not only are they squeezing Ultra and putting them in this spawn trap, but they haven't given away the ticket spawn.
They haven't given everything away. That time keeps on ticking. The kill's starting to come through from Ultra. 19 seconds remaining. Bance will find another, and I wonder if you're Thieves there, do you maybe just give that one up now? You've done the damage, Ultra down on lives. The time is not on their side. You overextend though, and maybe think about it, that kill might be tantalizing enough for them to make a push here to stop B being captured.
Drazah's going to try and make a hero play. Looking for him. He's going to get cut down. It's not too big of an issue. He is going to respawn. The damage has been done. So much time has been wiped away from Ultra. Cammy's going to try and make a play, but they have to get the right trades. LA Thieves are in a good position.
Berlin holds its breath. It's the next kill. May well work out for one of these sides to gain ultimate control. Cammy will find the fight onto Drazah. Look at this push now, coming in for the side of Ultra. Very standard, we see it quite a lot. The hit through fire. Octane needs to win his gunny and does so. Gets out, staying alive, the best thing you do. Inside can't find that fight. It looks like Thieves are holding on.
Already you can see Ultra having to adapt to that. They have won the gunfight. Bance is going to go down. Envoy's going to get it. Cleanx towards the back. Huge fight going on towards Ticket and his Thieves. Envoy is chasing Cleanx. He's been Standy. He is going to go down. 34 seconds. Ultra spawn miles away. There may be one last chance for them to grab something out of this round.
And lives really shouldn't come in with a minimal amount of time that Ultra have to do anything here, but the flank is starting to come in. Bance on it, already dead. Kenny clears them out. Everybody from Ultra is just keeping on dropping. Inside, 15 seconds to go. I don't think they'll get anywhere near it. Thieves surely will lock in round number 2, and for Ultra, this has fallen apart very, very quickly.
Well. LA Thieves 2-0 up in the control. 8 straight rounds from them, technically. Envoy is 19-9. He was frying in the hard point as well. Huge amount of kills, important kills, and the time in the hill. We go back to respawn, and he goes back on top.
You'll let a couple of teams backstage will be asking League Ops, can we just ban Berlin in general against LA Thieves? This moment in time, they are looking lights out. 7 spree for them, 19-9 for Envoy. What are they going to do in this attack? They'll want to close it out in 3. It will give them so much confidence heading in to what will be a monumental winners bracket final, but they're not there yet.
First deflection coming out of it. Octane going to try and make a nuisance of himself. He's come around the back. It's an into the gunny. Cammy goes down. Ultra have to react to this. There may have been one more push coming in from the Thieves. They've lost the players and they are going to settle. You're going to see some pressure coming in from Ultra.
And for Ultra, this is from the absolute brink. They will have to bring this game back if they want to see a winners bracket final here this weekend. Thieves looking to stamp their authority here in the King's Theatre. They are having such a good time with things up against Ultra. Kills starting to fly on through now for the side of Thieves. Little B purchase coming on through. Kills in though for Cammy. Ultra not with too much control, but Cammy's doing his best to find some.
They really haven't been able to get much going at all, and they know that any little weakness will be pounced on by a very hot Thieves team, and it is going to happen again. They've got to take it spawn, and it's a deflection by Kleenex. He saves Ultra maybe a little bit there. Cammy going to go through it eventually. He's going to be gunned down. Thieves will be looking to get onto B.
Feels like Thieves. Everyone's kind of just taking their turn to have a hell of a map, and this time around it's Envoy at 23-10. Seemingly unstoppable at the moment. Insight, the next one in his sights.
This man got homing bullets, just absolutely destroying people. And keep an eye all the way. Kenny towards the back. It could be a problem for Ultra. So much pressure is now hitting them towards fire.
But the spawn will come in from Ultra down into lower fire, so they would know that somebody's in and around the flank. But do they know that it's Kenny here as well?
Well, they're checking towards the back. They just don't know where Kenny is. And I guarantee
they'll think that's it.
No, they won't, because they will have not seen Kenny for about an hour.
True.
Most teams should be tracking players, and they will be looking for him. They found him, but he's found Insight, and he's in, and Ultra react. They have to go away. They have to give up the walls. Kenny tries to hold down Ticket, but the door has been opened.
Kleenex finds a fight on the Drazah. The door was open, and it will allow Thieves. Oh my God! What was that?
Envoy's feeling it. They're winning it again. Drazah fans too. The Thieves are moving. They are trying to put this squeeze on now. Kenny. Again, Kenny be the hero. He's just stay alive. He goes for the chow, guns him down. Drazah finds one as well. Kenny's still alive. LA Thieves are here. They're in numbers. Kenny goes for the last one. Why not? LA Thieves are in. LA Thieves are in. Kenny's still alive. Eventually going to go down because of Envoy, but Octane is loaded, ready. The gunny is up. The human turret. He's cutting Ultra to ribbons, and Envoy is here as well. It's the second tick now for Thieves, and they are looking to end this any second. Ultra are dead, buried, and gone to the losers brackets.
What a performance from the LA Thieves. That is not just a win, that is a dropping. A devastating loss for the side of Ultra, but Thieves come into Saturday with an infinite amount of confidence that will just keep compounding. What a performance from the LA Thieves.
If that doesn't say a lot about the Thieves, they've moved in the top 3, and they put on a little bit of a show today. Serious performances from every single player. Envoy, we highlighted him. Octane, we highlighted him. Kenny was on his bandana up, and
Drazah's still chilling. He's still chilling.
Drazah was still making 2 pieces. The problem is everybody was shining. It was hard to give the credit where it was due. But Ultra did not look like the team we thought they might be coming into it. That was 0-3.
Yeah. That was exceedingly flat, I want to say, from the side of Ultra, and they will know it. Map number 1 doesn't fall their way, but since then, Thieves do not miss a beat. 9 rounds in a row, whether that be Search and Destroy or Control. Ultra after map number 1 were nowhere to be seen. You're pointing at something, Brycey. What am I missing?
Envoy again. We said it. Hardpoint, he did it. 27-13. A monster. A myth. Man about the major. LA Thieves have just sent shockwaves rippling backstage. Nobody is going to want to play them now, but good enough from us. It's time to go down to the main stage. Let's go on with Blaze with Drazah.
Thank you so much, Brycey and Tom. Run it up for 100 Thieves, New York, as they come out on top. Drazah, 3-0 victory. You guys progress on in a winner's bracket. How you feeling in this moment right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. My teammates are insane, and Ken dropped like he was on like a 10 spree or something at the end of the P1 that really set the tone for the series.
It truly did, right? And so let's talk about the Gunners, okay? Let's talk about Kenny and Envoy. Envoy going 2.0 on that last map. Kenny absolutely frying. What makes you guys so special this event?
I feel like our practice, we've really worked hard on, playing together and team shooting together. I think we've really showed this event that we can just, like, when we're playing together, we're almost unstoppable.
Is there anyone you're looking forward to playing this tournament that you haven't got a chance to play in a while? Are you ready for anybody?
No, I'm ready for anyone. We have New York or Florida, so I'm excited to see who wins that. And I just want to thank you guys. You guys are the fucking best.
All right, that's going to do it for me and Drazah on the main stage. Belly, take it away.
Brooklyn is loving it, and showing love to LA is absolutely exactly what we wanted. But when it comes to Toronto Ultra, unfortunately, their stay in the States have been revoked, and now they're going back across the border. And the Los Angeles Thieves moving on. Welcome back to the desk. Belly, we got Nameless, we got Allie, we also got Maven. But Maven, I gotta ask you right now, dude. LA Thieves, man, who are they right now?
The team we wanted to see when they first formed, like the talent they had, and I think Drazah kind of nailed it. Listen, no one seems to have figured this game out exactly, but what you can do is play together. Even if you're not making the right choice, play together, and they seem to be doing that.
Right, Nameless, man, how you feeling about this series?
That was dominance. The best they have looked all season long. I mean, those guys crushed them on their best S&D and their best control. Absolutely fried them on the offensive control. They get control of the point, secure it. In the search and destroy, that was 6-0. Yeah. 2 1v1s off the bat that Octane just gunned his opponent. Like, LA Thieves look terrifying this tournament.
This is a statement event for the Los Angeles Thieves. Allie, we're talking about dominating FaZe, dominating Toronto Ultra, and then when they were slipping in search and destroy, they have a performance like this.
I mean, we talk about the amount of pressure into this match, right? Like, Champs was on the line for this squad. A lot of teams would fold under that pressure, but this LA Thieves squad, they made it look easy, Val. I'm terrified to, like, go against them anymore, but also if I pick them, I don't want to jinx it.
Well, I think what's interesting is it felt like they were doing the opposite for a long time.
Yeah.
Like they were folding under pressure. Like the expectations were so high for this team, and they were collapsing. Now they're living in the moment. And if they've overcome some kind of hurdle, it's the right goddamn time to do it.
That's right. And no, the one guy that surprised me the most, Octane. Octane was so up and down this year, but the fact that he's lined it up, did you see the search and destroy?
Of course I did. I mean, if you blinked, you might have missed it because it was a very hot 3-0.
Yeah.
But I feel like Octane, for me, has been pretty consistent this year. I mean, search and destroy across the board was a struggle for LA Thieves. So I don't really want to point on one player on the squad as whose fault that is. But obviously, they bring in a new coach. Their search and destroy is starting to look better. We kind of just pretend that Atlanta FaZe series didn't happen, and you look at it across the board, they have been getting better in that mode, and now they're getting back to stage 1 hardpoint dominance, getting back to their control ways. LA Thieves, I'm starting to think they might take this, Val.
Ultra, like, it's not like Ultra have been great this year, but they just made them look bad.
I was just about to say that usually, like, in every single post segment, there's one key moment in a series, just like, oh, it went the other way. You know, and this one, no, Thieves were gunning them from start to finish. I mean, even at the end of that hard point, Kenny, with the 2-piece that he got, rips the guy off the heady in P1. Like, every single situation that Ultra needed to win a big gunfight, it went to the way of the Thieves. I mean, the offense on control as well in point. Like, the guys are just on point.
You're right. The crowd is actually getting a little loud right now as the New York Subliners are getting ready on the main stage. But let's take a look at the Scump play of the game where, Nameless, Kenny, dude, Kenny is on another level.
I think this has got to be the play that I was just talking about. If it's the end of the hard point, like, we see Kenny just do the impossible. He's going to be outside of P1 here. He wins a gunfight on the statue and then wins another one on the heady. But here's another 2-piece he got. Gets a kill, turns on Bance to get the final couple seconds here in the hill. Like, this guy was frying. A lot of people question his SMG play over the last couple of months. Well, it took some time for him to get comfortable, and you can see, man, this is a man on a mission trying to prove everybody wrong, and he's done so.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the points as well in the Call of Duty League, because with that win right there, the Los Angeles Thieves clinched their way to go to champs next month. Maven, this is what we play for.
100%. Like, it's just like you controlled your destiny, you got the win, you got it locked in, and now I'm just hoping this is not one of those things where a team gets hot. Like we've seen a couple of times with different teams.
Don't jinx it.
I'm hoping this is like They found their rhythm, they found their flow, even if there's still some question marks and decisions, like if the comms are there and they're doing it together, none of us question the talent of this roster.
Absolutely.
Like it's stacked from top to bottom. Show us some.
All right, show us some. So, Nameless, any bow you want to put on top of this series right here?
I mean, yeah, that series was incredible. We got to talk about what's left. So, listen, it's Mutineers versus New York. Like, only one.
Yeah.
There is only one that can make it to champs. This match is so important. If the Mutineers win this match versus New York, even if New York go through losers and win the tournament, Mutineers would still be over them in champs.
Yes.
So, New York has to win this. Backs against the wall. The crowd is going to have to get behind them.
All right, Maven, you are not going to be on the desk for this next series, but New York Subliners, they going all the way?
They got a chance to do it. I mean, the bracket's set up for them to make this run. What does scare me a little bit is like Mutineers have kind of played spoiler with the crowd, like they with the OpTic wins, right? Like the crowd is against them. They've been these villains. They get booed every time they go on stage. So I do think they're ready for this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you on the other side and see if the New York Subliners can continue this Cinderella run story. Things have been phenomenal so far, and what we just saw on that main stage, the most dominant team this event are the Los Angeles Thieves, making light work of Toronto Ultra. We'll catch you on the other side for the next series.
G2 and NYSL are giving away tons of prizes all weekend long. Grab your friends and join the Major 4 Metaverse event in Decentraland for your chance to win. Visit nyxl.com/do. Upgrade your game with a Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Amazon Prime members get free games every month and a slew of free content for your favorite games like Call of Duty. Claim yours now at gaming.amazon.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brooklyn, wake up and let's get ready to make some noise as the New York Subliners are about to take the main stage against the Florida Mutineers. We've had 2 games so far that's been incredible. I got fans yelling behind me. It's pandemonium. I don't know what's going on, but what I do know is that we have a beautiful desk right now. We got Standy, the New York representative.
Come on, man.
We got Ali, we got Nameless, and Standy. In esports, there's no better story out there. New York Subliners, one of the biggest names in all of Call of Duty, are going for their last ride to make it to champs. Question is, can they make it?
The Cinderella story for New York is still on. This series versus Florida is everything that they have been working for all year. They know that they're currently down by 30 points, 30 to 40, but this win, you have to go out there and get it, because with LA Thieves just getting that win, pretty sure they clinched it. So there's only one more spot left for champs, either Florida or NYSL. This match is so much on the line.
Now let's go ahead and take a look at the maps and modes as well. Ali, I don't know if you've taken a look yet, but I want to hear your expertise about this. Kicking things off on Tuscan Hardpoint.
Obviously, I see this map up. I see no Gavutu. Instantly, I'm thinking the New York Subliners right off of the bat, but I do get a little worried when it comes to search and destroys, just because Florida has Major Maniac and 2Real. Major Maniac has been absolutely disgusting this stage, and 2Real, although struggling in respawn, has been one of the lifelines for the Florida Mutineers in search and destroy. And then the respawn, if Awakening and Skies can get on the same page in these close quarter matchups, it could go either way.
Yeah, we've seen Florida at times have been very good at Tuscan Hardpoint. I mean, statistically, it is their best hardpoint. And then when you get to that Tuscan control, controls a game mode New York has been up and down in. I mean, they're 1-18 on offensive rounds when it comes to Tuscan control, which could be tough for them if they don't draw that defense when it comes to the very end. So could get a little dicey. I feel like a lot of people are writing Florida off in this series, but you could never write Florida off. They played spoiler all year long for some of the big name teams.
2 of the teams that have been rocking hard with this year, and they're going to go against each other, and champs' lives are on the line currently. But let's talk about New York right now. Steady, the one thing I can say about the New York Subliners is that they have not been gifted easy games. Yeah. But the beauty of this roster is that everybody steps up like Kismet did last time.
Yeah, and that last matchup was everything for this NYSL team. To have a reverse sweep versus a team like Minnesota Røkkr, another roster who was trying to make that run to make it to champs. Unfortunately, they get taken out yesterday. But if you're NYSL, when you get a victory like that, a reverse sweep, especially in your hometown, it just does a lot for your momentum. So they just have to carry that forward and know what the task at hand is. Simply, we got to make it the champs.
Yeah. And for the game field keys to victory, you need your ARs to bring in more slang versus Florida. The NYSL KDs in the win. I mean, Crimsix with a .83, Paulehx with a .79. Like, I feel like they were so amped up coming out from their walkouts, they weren't able to calm down and focus. So can't let that get to them today, because I'm sure it's going to be a grand entrance. And then also, feeling good on the map 4, Berlin Hardpoint, and stage 4, New York has been 4-0 on that map. Florida 1-4, and NYSL is starting good side. And I think the statistic is what, 63% of the time the team wins on good side, which is a significant difference. So you have an advantage there.
Right now, one advantage that definitely rests in this lobby is the fact that Florida just manages to keep surprising us in one way or another, right? Ali, when it comes to this squad, we've talked a lot about Major Maniac. We saw what they did on Gavutu with the AR play. And this team, as long as they stay in this bracket, I won't bet against them. They seem to always get better and find a way on land.
They always find a way. That is the Florida Mutineers. Like Ann said earlier, they have been playing spoiler all year. And for them, they just need to win this match to go to champs. But on the other side of this, New York has a long road ahead of them, even if they get the dub. But when it comes to the game fuel keys to victory, obviously it's the search and destroys again. We're looking at Major Maniac and 2Real, who have completely transformed this team from 10th in the league to 2nd when it comes to search and destroy, and fast attacks on that Berlin S&D. Florida is winning 78% when going fast A, 47% on slow A, so obviously a larger advantage, but also you have to keep in mind, these teams are doing VOD review, so don't be predictable on the map.
All right, so here it is for the third game of the day. Let's break it down with Pick'ems. Crowd's getting hyped right now. Players are stepping up on the stage. Nameless, what you got?
I'm going to go with the New York Subliners, man. I believe in the dream, and honestly, I played against Crimsix for so long. This guy gets it done, and they're in their hometown. They got to make this crowd proud, man. So I believe in the story. They're going to do it.
All right, Allie, do you believe in fairy tales?
Absolutely, I do.
All right, so you're rocking with the New York Subliners in this match against the Florida Mutineers.
You don't even have to ask me, Bill. I'm going with the New York Subliners.
All right, Jay, I want you to give it to me outright, man. Why do you believe in New York to go all the way?
Why do I believe? They got the GOAT on their team. They got the most winning player of all time on their roster. He's trying to make the Cinderella story happen. I think New York come out here and they make a statement. A clean 3-0, handling the respawns. They're going to clutch up in the search and destroy. Florida are not going to have an answer.
All right, so on me, obviously, I'm rocking with the New York Subliners because they have the best storyline out there. But the thing is, Nameless, if there was a player to watch on this squad, who you got?
It's Crimsix, 100%. It has to be Crim. I mean, this guy's been playing forever. To not see him at Champs would just be awful, man. And I know he wants to make it there with this squad. He's going to go off.
Right now, Standy, when we talk about the Florida Mutineers, we've talked a lot about Major Maniac and how much he's changed this team to where one game mode is just significantly better with that bump. New York is coming out right now. You know what? Jay, let's make it quick. When it comes to Florida, who's going to be the player to watch for you?
It's got to be Too Real. The SMG is on the other side. And Hydra and Kismet, you have to be able to match that intensity because he's going to be the guy. You have to be doing it in the respawns, stepping up for your team to have a chance here.
All right, Ali. So the thing is, when it comes to the Florida Mutineers, when it comes to the maps as well, I don't remember if you said, do you think they have an advantage or a slight disadvantage against Envoy?
I would say slight. I also just want to get this up. Could you imagine if Jay said Florida was going to win?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Come on, man. Imagine if just like, I know it would never happen. Like, I thought it was so funny. Anyway, about the maps, Florida Mutineers, I think they're definitely on the back end of this, even though the Hardpoint Tuscan, that is technically their best map statistically. On the likes of New York Subliners, the sub-duo that you have, unfortunately, Too Real has not found his footing in Respawn whatsoever. He's made a couple of clutch plays near the end of the game, and sometimes when you're doing SMG work like that, when you're being a dirty work SMG, that's just how the ball rolls. But Hydra, Kismet, like, he's doing the dirty work, and he's getting kills, and he's slaying, and he's in the engagements, he's in the mix. So I think there's just a very large hill for Florida to climb.
All right, well, right before we get, well, you know what? I was going to take a look at the bracket, but forget that. Let's go ahead and get this game underway, baby. We have the New York Subliners and also the Florida Mutineers. Let's go ahead and see if NY can complete the Cinderella story. Let's go.
Maniac. Hold him off for the time. Too Real. Not expecting the angle out of the rookie. Get two, but still awakening on a 4. Whoa. Here from Florida.
Let's go, New York City! It's time for another winner's bracket matchup. And coming to the stage first, looking to weather the storm, make some noise for the Florida Mutineers. Give it up for Awakening, Major Maniac, Skies, and Too Real, your Florida Mutineers.
I mean, the crowd's certainly making some noise. I don't know if it's what the Florida Mutineers fans wanted, though, but I'm going to tell you what, guys. I'm looking at the Pillow Man on the stage right now in Too Real, looking to pillow talk his way through the New York Subliners into champs. And I tell you what, if I'm on the other side of the stage looking at that, I am certainly checked, Blaze, but you got to bring out the home team.
We gotta bring them out. We'll see if they can pillow talk this crowd, but it's gonna be difficult. We about to see a sea of yellow. Make some noise for your New York Subliners.
Paulehx. He's a man on a mission, but Hydra with his big sleeve. We also even see the goggles out. He got the night vision on. He's not messing around today.
That's not it. That's Crim7.
Oh, Crim7. There you go.
What are you doing?
New York got a 6-man on the roster as they take the main stage. The storyline is here and the run continues. NY versus Florida. Yo, Ali, I can't wait.
Make some noise for Paulehx, Hydra, Kismet, and Crim7. Crimsix to the stage! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your New York Subliners!
And this is New York, and we're going to see if they can continue on with this excellent run. 4-1 in the online qualifiers, but land is where it matters most. Paul, Kismet, Hydra, Crimsix, these names can go down in history if they can make this happen.
And you see Crim, the leader for this team, giving them a nice little pep talk, getting them prepared for the biggest match possible. They're going to be ready.
All right, Miles and Chance, let's see if NY can pull it off. Fellas, take it away.
Thank you so much, Belly. This is it. This is Judgment Day. This is the most important match of both of these teams' entire seasons. And we're going to throw it down in basically what feels like a one and done for what could be their whole year.
I mean, dude, this is it. The most important match they have had all year. It's insane the way it's like come to this, that the two teams on the main stage. But make no mistake for New York, they are still so far down in points that they need this win or it's done. Even if they get this win, they need a little bit of like extra. They still have to place top 2. They still need Florida to lose in this series if they send them to losers bracket. So things still need to fall their way. And for Florida, that means their fate truly in their hands. Florida, you get this, you qualify for champs, you get top 3, you keep going. And of course, even if they fall to losers bracket, they win one series in losers, well, New York is then forced to win the entire thing. And if Florida win 2 down in the pit, well, they secure their spot that way too. So it is a battle right now. Florida technically, I mean, it's really all in their hands.
It is all in their hands. This is not quite the final chapter in the champs run in theory, but we will see what happens. New York a win here sets them up fantastically. Florida, the same thing. We'll get more on that later as the series develops. But for now, it is going to be, without a shadow of a doubt, an incredible competition here. Kings Theater in Brooklyn has put on one hell of a show. The walkouts are insane. You name it. Every match so far has been unbelievable. Not too many 3-0s this time. This is going to be a good one, no chance. We had a look at the maps of Mose a little earlier. A very, very different mix either side. We're not seeing Bocage. We're not seeing Gavutu.
Well, I got to be honest. This map set that we have is purely godlike for the New York Subliners. They could, if they hand-picked it, you'd have gotten a bunch of the same maps. And these guys did play in week 1 of stage 4. It is 4 of the 5 same maps. And, well, New York, they beat them 3-1 then. They're looking to 3-0 them now. To Tuscan we go. It was a 250 to 246 victory for the Mutineers just a few weeks ago. It was an incredibly tight game, and I'd say for Florida, they need this map again.
You need it. Real bad. Here we go. We're putting it all on the line in just a moment. Sadly, guys, we have had a lobby drop. Oh, I know. It happens. We cannot stress the importance of the match. We cannot stress the stress of the situation. I know. I went from 6 to midnight. It's all gone now. Don't worry. We're going back in a moment. Let's talk about the series, though. Tuscan start things off. No Gav, no Bocage. It's a good square up, but as you said a moment ago, solid setup for New York.
It really might be a situation, well, on the flip side for Florida, where their only way they could win this is a 3-0, and even then the maps at the front half are still not great for them. The Tuscan hardpoint, again, it was a 4-point game that Florida was able to win, and I think if they're anyone is going to be successful, it has to be Awakening for the Mutineers. He is a top 3 player on this map. The guy can drop bombs, but even if you get that level of production, it's not like New York are going to be scared on the Tuscan. Both of the hard points, New York, are phenomenal. So I think really this might be the Neslo kind of series is the way it's shaping up. Florida Mutineers might need to get that 2-3-5, but let's just pretend, hypothetically, we go to a map 5. That Desert Siege has been the Subliners' bread and butter. So we're going to find out from Major Maniac that it truly never chalked The S&Ds, in my mind, is going to be their path to victory. Of course, you got to kick off with that Tuscan again. Awakening is the player on my mind. And on the flip side, honestly, Dealer's Choice, all of these Subliners players, you know, are going to show up in front.
Nothing matters more than this series right now. Eyes forward, eyes on the horizon. Champs is a distant memory. For now, it is just all you need. A couple of hard points, maybe a search, maybe a control in there, and you can book the tickets, essentially. Mutineers, same thing. Win this, you punch your ticket. There's only one spot left to grab. One of the teams on this stage isn't going. We're going to find out who that is in a moment. Almost ready to get into map number 1, Tuscan Hardpoint. The players are in the lobby. The tension's in the air. New York, are we ready to go? A few more seconds, we're almost there. It's been an unbelievable time here in Brooklyn. The King's Theater has not disappointed. The memes, the dreams, all the genes that have been creamed on the journey. Here we go. Brooklyn, let's get it. Map number 1, Tuscan Hardpoint.
You talk about a moment as intense in this. Meanwhile, Crimsix and Crim7
and 7
having fun on the main stage, trying to keep things loosey-goosey, nice and relaxed before we get into it. Florida Mutineers will be starting out on the technical good side, at least for the opening break for the first hard point. Of course, New York, well, they might be set up for the good spawns towards New. You have a strong opening break from either side. You can dictate the pace of the map. You do not want either team to come out of the gates hot. We'll start with the GOAT, see what he can make happen off the rip, see if he can start taking names.
Here we go. Chapter 1 of this exciting series is now upon us. New York Subliners decked out in the yellow. The Mutineers, they will be the white arrows on the minimap. And so far, it's an opening for 2 Real to maybe get in from behind and cause some serious damage.
I mean, hey, you lose the opening break, you don't get the hill time, but maybe the flip is something that you will take. It's not best case scenario, but 2 Real trying to make something happen, but Crim again there to shut him down. Crim, honestly, 2 for 2 with headshots.
Snake Charmer takes care of business there now, over to the mid-map. Coverage all good. Mutineers trying to get back into the point, and for now it's Awakening, the man we've talked about who needs to be a big piece of the puzzle for the Florida Mutineers. And so far he is being suppressed. Subliners now providing that aggression. Spawns though, still in the side of the Mutineers going into P2.
Little moments like that though, I mean that's a big win just for a 10-point swing. So Subliners having the strong P1, Crim now trying to work the break in. We saw the first map of the tournament. Crim started slow, they still got the win. Well, now he's starting hot, already 5-1.
I mean the break's already on. We've got space now for the Subliners to break into the Mutineers hardpoint. There's a contest, gonna come to a quick close. Flying forward though is Kismet. Another instrument there in New York's success in the series the other day, and in at the point we go for Paul, trying to find the win. Skies with a nice 2. 2 Real takes care of Crim, finally gets himself going. 35 remaining here on P2. The battle's going to come to a slow close. Final 30 seconds, Mutineers in the driver's seat.
And New York maybe taking one more attempt to try to get him out of the hill, but they're losing every gunfight along the way. Kismet, last-ditch effort, nothing. Scrap time will be theirs, and, well, maybe not actually, because they're losing the spawn, so maybe now you have to fight for the scrap, because that rotation not looking fun. New York at least able to potentially collect these final 10 seconds, but Florida, well, they're getting kills like that. They're getting set up over towards New. It is a 20-point game going over towards this Fountain Hill, and for the moment, Florida, all their bases covered.
That's Fountain, far left-hand side of the mini-map. Florida Mutineers, they're first in. Hydra is going to be in an interesting position and maybe get the fight going, but for now, it's a 2-2 split. 2 through middle, 2 coming through the P5 side of the map. Major Maniac has already taken care of 1. 2 Reals in a position to get 1 more. Oh, whoa, a big win. As Hydra can't quite get the gun up fast enough. Mutineers in control of the hard point for now.
They read this too. Major Maniac actually spawned close, but he still read the roof side spawn, even though Crim spawned right behind him. So now only the top side of the map is going to be open. Paulehx, the leading man on the charge, able to break through the hill. Question is, how long can you stay alive? The support is not there. He is going to be surrounded. Snaking his heart out, but eventually they're there to take him down. Florida has strung together a very solid Fountain Hill.
Hydra's trying to make his way forward now, getting to this hard point. Once again, big tags into the first, and oh my word, Major Maniac holds the irons, gets the kill. Final 10 seconds of the point should go the way of the Mutineers. Across the map we go to Church now. Say a prayer. As the lead will now change, Mutineers will be up front. Big 2 out of Crim. As forward they go, hard points open, New York's in business.
And P5 is not going to be fun to try to cross it. Crim got the 2. Paulehx next in line. He can see through walls, and he can get the 2-piece as well. The clearance on the hill is golden. Florida have to take a hike, and they got the angles covered. 2 ARs posted on both sides. Right now, the perfect setup for the Subliners.
Big nades come through. Crim's going to be the lone man on this side of the map. For now, here we go. Hydra keeping the backside covered as well. Into the church come the Mutineers. Hydra's up first. And a second! The clear-up crew is there. The Mutineers are all down. Subliners hold.
They just funneled them through. You had the ARs posted on both sides. They try to cut through mid, and the readjustment was perfect. Now they're trying to make it mixy. 2 players coming in through the field side, but Hydra has the front on lock. You try to work your way through the back. He will be there for the help. It looks like Subliners on church. This is going to be a damn near full 60. Ooh. Hydra going to get shut down before the streaks, but that is as good as it gets for the Churchill. A perfectly held point.
Skies closes out the spree. Over to P5 we now go. No one from the Subliners in position to get this one. Mutineers, if they can keep these kills up on that side of the map, they might be able to keep this time going their way and get themselves into the lead once again. Bit of a mountain to climb for now. They've got the time. Major Maniac once again, the Lord of the Rooftop. Ooh, shots are in. Cool, the crossfire from Skies. The Mutineers remain in control of the point for now.
And he's so on point. He's so on point with reading these roof spawns. Oh. Major Maniac collects another. A player goes down low, but Skies should be at least good for the trade. Connects on Kismet, shuts him down. He's now 1 of 5, but the battle commences for B5. Not easy, no streaks for Skies. In the Hilltime York, they take it away. Hydra bullies his way through the front.
We break back. Kismet has well control. Final 20 seconds here on the point on P5. You have to make that northbound journey directly to the top side of the map now. And that is what the Mutineers are going for. Hydra finds himself on another 5 spree as he is dicing with death right now. Big Wait's going to be the next man in. No kills had. Crim's there to back him up. It's 17 and 10 out of the French Phenom early on. Over to P1 we now go. Second set.
Oh, and they're going to pick him apart too. Oh. There's one. There's number 2. Headshots coming through in New York. They win that rotation, making that look easy.
New York currently in the lead. They've got P1. Here's the setup. Let's go for a listen in.
He's dead. I got one hit. Another major one shot. There's side you, church side you, one shot. I'm nading that. He's laying that. Caesar laying down. I'm hitting right now. Two there, inner ground. One's weak, major. Trying to snake me, I'm one shot. Major's weak. Got me. There's side you. Just lay down. He's out. One's outer on you, Paka. I got one. Nice, bro. I'm dead in the back. Around the back. Together. I'm back church. He's gonna play the tank, okay? He's stunned from the stairs. He's not on the tank. Side to the tank, evaded. No, he's out of the back right. Well, I'm coming. Side of the tank. I don't see him. In map, totally maps. He's really maps. He's back. On the heady. To the back. On the heady. And one's he's one shot. One's flowers or something. He's laying down close to rope. Yo, don't
And these comms are so intense. I'm pretty sure Hydra just called that in French, Chance.
I mean, he's getting in the mix, and now they are getting back in the point. They are looking dominant on Tuscan. What a way to start these series. They want to put him to bed as quickly as possible. I mean, they got the break over towards this new hill. They have built themselves a massive lead. A couple players fall, but even for Scrap, number 4, Crim, he's trying to make sort of this late play on the hill just for those final few. That's a 5 spree, but we go back towards this Fountain Hill. Florida had a decent hold last time. This is where they have had their only success. Now it is the requirement for Florida. If they want to get back in the game, you got to do it here. But Crim, it looks like he is not going to let that happen.
Awakening the man to get the job done right now for the Mutineers, locking down top fire. That was a good P2, now in a P3 transition now for the Mutineers. Field side is where the battle will rage. Awakening once again. He is the man, the tippity top of that fire tower, raining down upon every one of the subliners. Into the point we now go. Major Maniac once again, the back line. Solid as a rock, as reliable as gravity right now, as 30 seconds ticking away. Crim finds an opening. Crim's in, looking for any more as the coverage there. Its boys are in. It's Hydra and Kismet in the feed. The break is on.
They stopped the full 60, but now can they get the scrap? Florida, they're going to fight for this too. If you make the investment to fight for 20 seconds, you better make damn sure you get it. They get chopped down. The lead gets bigger, and look at that rotation. It is Paulehx playing sneaky in the back. Churchill last time. New York was perfect. They're looking for the setup again.
Hydra is on one today. An absolute monster performance as Crim backs him up. Backline not safe. Paul though, saved though. As the play is still alive now, the Mutineers with an opportunity to get into the hill, but the problem is it's Crim in there. Can he deal with this attack? A few angles opening up. Kismet from up high, brought down. Big Wake catches two. As the Florida Mutineers are not out of this yet. Here's the pinch onto the point once again as Big Wake, as Demon Joe starts to light things up. The break is good, Mutineers are in.
Only way is if they fry. Gonna need a couple clean 4 downs in the perfect rotation. New York, decision time. Do you want to send a player on rotation? Do you hit for the final 13? They're going through the front. It's all 3.
Here we go, Sky's lining them up. Paul might be the first man, 20 seconds, good to fight for. The trades are good, the backline's open, 2v2 here on the church. Kismet gets the kill. Kismet gets the second! Locks him down, final 10, that's it. It's the game, unless Turiel can get in there and contest for long enough. He might have just done it. That's good enough for now. You gotta hold this one down, but a single second's all you need. Crim might be the man to get the job done.
29-19, but he gets shut down right there. 2 more seconds, that is all the Subliners need. Number 2, Hydra, he's taking the route. These players inside of green, they want to take their time. Whoa. They are waiting for this pitch. The nade might be the opener, but Hydra's made his way around.